recording this programme on the 6th of June, the anniversary of D-Day, where only yards from where we stand, parts of the Normandy invasion were launched. And here we have a collection of items that look to me like they relate to a Commando. Who was he?
Indeed. Well, this is my late father. He was called Peter Thomas, and he was in 4-5 Royal Marines Commando. And he landed on D-Day on Sword Beach at a town called Ouistreham. They fought through a little part of France. After a while they were sent back to England for some respite. They then came back to Europe again and continued the campaign right across Germany to Eutin on the Baltic coast.
And presumably he was pretty young when this occurred, was he?
Yes, he was. I think he was about 21 there.
Good heavens. Well, of course, the Royal Marines are famously known for being the first in and the last out. And the Royal Marines were sent in first to clear the difficult German positions, the difficult enemy positions. And they did that with an enormous amount of courage and bravado. Now, this photograph really interests me because I've got to say to you, that face is full of character and is a sign of a really tough man. Do you remember him like that?
Absolutely. You've got it in one, I think. I mean, he was father to 5 boys. I'm the youngest one. And we'd all agree on that he was second to none and fantastic character. But he never went on a lot about the war years. It was actually quite difficult to winkle little bits of information out of him.
That's the case for a lot of men who went through wars, actually. Very difficult to find the true story. And it's very often only after they've died that the real story behind it comes out.
And that's happened here because, as some of us brothers, we've made journeys back. My eldest brother, Tim, did a trip with Dad back to France and found out a lot of information. And then I've been back since. Unfortunately, it was after Dad died. And we've had a little pilgrimage going through some of the places that we've researched that they went.
Well, I think that's great. You've got to continue the research, and these things will stay in the family, of course. These are family objects.
Absolutely.
You've brought along his group of medals.
Yes.
Which he's proudly wearing in this photograph,
yes,
of course.
Yes.
You brought along also his Commando knife.
Yes.
It's known as an FS fighting knife, a fairbairn-syskes fighting knife, which is found on all of the emblems, the Commando emblems, of course. Yep. Let's think about the value now. The medals, well, they're pretty standard Second World War medals, actually, but we know who they were awarded to. I think the dagger, the medals, photographs, I think we'd be thinking in terms of £1,500 to £2,000.
Goodness me.
It's a story of someone's service life, isn't it?
But it's priceless to me. It would never get sold.